Things to consider when choosing a CDL school. Weather. Remember, you will have to practice yard skills, so you will most likely be outside. So think about the seasons. Would you rather be cold in the winter standing outside doing yard skills, or would you rather do them in the summer? Fall and spring, the weather is usually comfortable, but winter and summer are most crucial because of the temperatures are either extremely hot or extremely low or cold. Class schedule. Will it align with your personal schedule? Be it may work schedule if you're still going to work during school, or family, children, having to pick them up from school. So some schools are Monday through Friday, some are Monday through Thursday. If they're Monday through Thursday, that means you'll be in class a little longer during the day. But then you also want to make sure the class schedule that school is offering aligns with your own personal schedule or work schedule. Cost. Again, who's going to pay for this? Most likely it will be you. So if you are going to be the one paying out of pocket for it, you want to make sure that it is something that you can afford. Now, there are options to have your tuition paid for through certain programs, but cost, if you are paying for it out of pocket, you definitely want to consider the cost of the school. Program length. You definitely want to consider the length of the program, and that's contingent upon which class. So it's class A or class B. Distance. You want to make sure you find a school that is honestly close to your home location. That way it's not a hassle getting there, or the drive there in the morning or during traffic isn't as hectic. Reputation. You want to choose a school that has an excellent reputation because, after all, they're going to be training you and their name is going to be on your school transcript. So I've seen situations where a company wouldn't hire a student based upon where they came from, because that could honestly hurt or hinder you from getting and securing a good job out of CDL school. PennDOT, DMV approved. So you want to make sure whichever school you select is approved by either PennDOT if you're in the state of Pennsylvania, or DMV. You want to make sure their driver education program is approved. It has to be on their list, and that you can do by going on your local PennDOT or DMV website and searching for a list of approved driver education programs. Instructor to student ratio. You definitely want to know how many students are to every instructor and how many instructors are working at that particular school. Equipment. You definitely want to know the equipment information. So how many trucks do they have? What year are the trucks? Are they older trucks or newer trucks? Are they Freightliners? Are they Internationals? Some schools, they offer both so that you're able to get your feet wet with driving both trucks. Day cab versus sleeper. 53-foot versus a 28-foot. Loaded trailer versus an empty trailer. Manual versus an automatic. Endorsements. What endorsement classes are offered through that school? Now, some of them, they offer multiple, while others, like the school that I graduated from, they only offered Hazmat. So it would be good if you are interested in getting your endorsements. That would save you the trouble of having to find a different school to get those endorsements through. So just to clarify something with the endorsements, not all endorsements you have to go to school for. There are only 3 endorsements that require continued education, and those are Hazmat or hazardous materials, which is the H endorsement, the S endorsement, which is school bus, the P endorsement, which is passenger. Those require continued education. Hazmat takes a little bit longer because it's extensive. You have to go through the FBI fingerprinting and background check and all that good stuff. So with the Hazmat, you do have to sit for a 2 to 4 hour Hazmat class, and there will be an exit exam that you will have to complete. Upon completion of that Hazmat class, the instructor will sign off on your form, which you will attach that to your Hazmat application when you bring it to PennDOT or DMV and sit for that exam. So it's a little extensive, but it is doable. A lot of people do have it, and there are certain employers who will actually still hire you without that endorsement. You would just have to obtain it over the course of employment as a stipulation. Placement rate. How many students who successfully graduated from their program are placed with an employer? Start date. How often are the courses started? Now, some of them work on a rotating type schedule where it's like every 3 weeks a new class begins. Some of them is monthly, some of them is quarterly. You definitely want to take that into consideration. Approved testing site. So you want to check to see if your school is a third-party approved CDL testing site. Now, this makes sense because, one, you would not have to pay additional costs to take your CDL testing when that time comes, and two, you would not have to go to a separate location to be tested. If you find value in this content, please don't keep that a secret. Consider subscribing to my channel, giving it a thumbs up, and leaving a comment. See you on the next one.